everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is Penapple and today I am building, it's a lot of things all at once, but basically I ended up naming it Spellbound Tea and Tarot, and like in the end it doesn't really even have tarot in it, but that was like the goal. But basically it's like a witch supply store, a tea shop, a fortune teller slash tarot like crystal ball area, and an apartment for the owner of the place. So it's a lot of things at once, but just think witchy like that. Just think like witchy and then you're good. Also, if you don't know what tarot is, it's like these like sort of like a set of cards that people use to like predict like fortunes and things like that. So I don't do it personally, but I like the aesthetic. I really like that sort of witch aesthetic. And so like, I don't consider myself to be a witch. I'm not Wiccan. Like, I'm not like, but like, I just like the aesthetic. Like, oh my gosh, I'm always buying clothes that are just the best. Like, I actually have a shirt that has a tarot card, and it's called The Coffee, and it's like a pair of hands holding up like an iced coffee, and it's in that sort of like stylistic that you usually find on tarot cards. It's super cute. I love it so much. But yeah, anyway, so I built this on stream, and it actually, so like at first I was a little bit like, oh, I hate the shape of this, I hate the color, but at the end I think it came along really well. And so I don't know if like in and of itself, like the outside says a witch lives here. Sorry, I'm like all congested, but I think overall it turned out nice. And it was partially inspired by that little fortune telling sign in the beginning. It's like paw reading, and we got that in Cats and Dogs, and it's very underutilized because it was a very weird thing to get in Cats and Dogs. And also, when you think fortune telling, you don't usually think of paw print, but I think it looks cute, so I went with it. I hope you guys are all very proud of me because I got this video out. Oh gosh, fingers crossed. What if I don't? Oh no. But I got this video out either on or before Halloween. That's the goal. So, because I built this like 2 weeks ago. I finished building it like 2 weeks ago, and it's like my only like even relatively like spooky build. And it's not even that spooky. This is very like good witch. So but I'm just a mess. Oh my gosh. Graduate school is wild. Like, as I speak, I'm getting messages from my class's group chat of like, oh my gosh, did she post the study guide? Things like that. Oh, she did post it. Found it. Found the study guide for a test that's tomorrow that I haven't even looked at studying for. Because of things and life and anyways, I'm like super stressed out now. Not that I wasn't before, but just like in general, like I feel like in my last video, which I talked about I talked about like this haunted like theme park a lot, and so like I feel like I could have talked about this now, but anyways, I feel like I was like super like grad school is hard, but it's great, it's so awesome. And now I'm just like, grad school is terrible. I hate my life. I'm dying slowly inside and quickly at the same time. I mean, I'm still like I still want to do it. Like, I don't know. I have this like little like poster that says, this is terrible, keep going. And so that's basically my mantra for grad school, which is a little depressing, but we do what we can. But yeah, this house, like, I feel like it almost reminds me of like a sitcom for like witches, like maybe like Charmed, that sort of thing. I didn't see a huge amount of Charmed, but like this kind of seems like that sort of style house, but it turned out really cute, and I think it really fit in with this area. Like, I feel like it's not exactly the same style as everything around it, but I think it fits, and it seems like a place where people would go. So I'm really excited, and I do like the fact that it has a live-in section. This is the second color scheme I actually went with. The first one had like this like orange because I really wanted to bring in that sort of like Halloween color, but I looked at it and I was like, I feel like I can do better. And then I asked the chat if they liked it, and they were basically like, they did that thing where they're like, well, it's not terrible. And I was like, okay, we can try something different. So, and then I like this color. It's so neutral. I was surprised, but I used the Lightwood from the Scary Stuff Pack, Spooky Stuff Pack, which I feel like is very underutilized. And so I was excited to use it. I'm a really big fan of Spooky Stuff Pack. It's kind of funny just because, like, honestly, I don't even use it that often. We didn't get that much stuff in it. A lot of it was gameplay and like cast related, but I'm still just like super down for it. I don't know. I guess I'm just like into those like spoopy vibes, but I've never been disappointed by buying that one. So, let's see. Oh yeah, I just with the whole like being stressed out about like grad school and everything, I did just want to apologize because I have not been responding to comments like at all. Like if you've been around and if you commented before, you know that usually it'll take me like 1 to 2 weeks to respond to comments. Because like it's kind of this combination of I like to hoard them a little bit and just like look at all those like comments, which doesn't really make a huge amount of sense. But anyways, so I'm kind of like a dragon when it comes to comments. But at the same time, it does take a lot of energy to respond, and so I tend to like find a 30-minute like period of time and I sit down and I respond to all of them. I try to respond if they ask like a pressing question, but even that's been going unanswered lately. And so I really apologize because I think I'm pretty sure I have comments that are over a month old. Ooh. It's so bad. Oh my gosh. That little room, that's going to be the fortune teller area. And I think it turned out really cute. I feel like I could have maybe done a slightly different color scheme because the neutral color scheme continued inside and I do like it. It's a little different than I thought it would be, but part of that is some of the restriction on the colors that we have in those like 2 vampire wallpapers, which vampire isn't necessarily witchy, but whatever. I like it, so we kept it. But yeah, so Penelope's bad at responding to comments, but I do read every single one, and I do really appreciate them. So never doubt that. Even though all of my actions point to the otherwise, don't doubt it. Anyways, oh my gosh. This is where, like a little bit after this is where we get into buy debug mode or like hidden objects mode, where you can get objects that like aren't usually in the catalog, and a lot of it is like stuff that the Sims can make or use, that sort of thing. And so like I have a whole bunch of like these potions and just a whole bunch of stuff. So I did cut out some of it because it's a little bit tedious searching through this catalog because it's huge, very unorganized, and just generally a lot of fun actually though. So I spent a lot of time here because I just wanted to clutter up the place with a lot of spooky stuff, and I do love how it worked out. Some of the stuff is very similar to the Urban Witch build I did last year for Halloween, which is still super popular. Also, I think it's pretty adorable. I talked a little bit about like witches and like the differences between that and being Wiccan and like similarities and all that kind of stuff. And to this day, I did that video like a year ago, like at least like once every 1 to 2 months, I get somebody who comments and says, oh, I'm a witch and I love this apartment. And I think that's really, I love that. It's really cute. But yeah, so some of these tables look a little bit similar, but I tried to make them a bit different, especially since we have some new objects to use. Like those like glowy things on the table there, those are new. Those are some sort of thing from Jungle Adventure. Oh, and yeah, and those decanters, those are super cute, and those are from, if you don't know what a decanter is, it's like the bottom right now. Oh, those things I'm putting on the table. What are they from? They're from Vintage Glamour Stuff Pack, which honestly, both of those, or Vintage Glamour might have come out before Halloween. I don't know. I hardly know what day it is. Like, actually, yesterday, I almost had, like, a panic attack because I was like, oh my god, this testing is tomorrow, and I have this, and this, and I haven't studied, and I haven't prepared, and blah, 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 blah. And then I realized, oh, it's not Tuesday today, it's Monday. And I was like, okay. still anxious, still need to do these things, but I don't need to do them all in this amount of time. Like, oh my gosh, you guys, I started a class yesterday because my school is weird and it's still the same quarter. It's still fall quarter, but we ended one class and we started another within this quarter. I don't even know. Don't ask me. But like, we started it yesterday and she was basically going over the rubric and the syllabus and what to expect. And she was like, it's a lot of material. I know it's a lot of material, but just keep on top of it and you'll be fine. Everybody in class before you has, survived this class. Every year I do have quite a few people come in and cry in my office, but it's not that hard. And I'm just like, oh my God. Like, one, you can't say you're having multiple people cry in your office and then say it's not that hard. Two, sign me up. Like, set aside an appointment time and then I'm going to come cry in your office. Because that's like, I'm definitely, oh God, I've cried in office hours before. It was super awkward. And like, because like, I tend to like cry, be more like tearful in front of authority figures too. So I'm like more likely to cry in front of a professor than in front of like a friend or something, or even just a random stranger. But I like remember the one that really sticks in my memory. I was just like, I was really stressed out. I knew I was anxious. I knew like I wasn't like, I knew like I was going to cry and there was nothing I could do about it. And so basically I was just like, just ignore the tears. Just, it's fine. I just want to finish talking about this. Cause I do this like really like gaspy hiccupy thing when I'm crying, or even after I'm done crying, I'll do it for like a couple minutes to like a half hour after I'm done crying. I'm still like every once in a while. And like the professor was looking at me like, but he to his credit, he was just like, he rolled with it. He was like, okay, we'll just basically we ignored the fact that I was sobbing. Oh my gosh. I don't know. Sometimes you just have to like own it. Or not. When I say own it, I honestly wasn't really owning it, but like sometimes you just gotta like work through it and just accept the fact that either you are going to cry or yes, you are crying right now, because you often don't have control over it. Most people don't. But yeah, so oh my gosh, I'm like trying to think of what to talk about. Oh, this is the tea shop area and it's super cute, and I put these like those little baskets from Jungle Adventure, and then I put flower pots in them, and I think it turned out really cute, and like all the furniture is mismatched, and I love it. I think it's so cute. I did not test this lot at all, so I don't know if any of it works. I don't know what to tell you. I say this every time. I do feel guilty every time that I do not test this lot in the slightest, but I now even have more of an excuse because I am crazy busy, and this is a Herculean, oh God, it's like Hercules, but like a adjective, effort to get this out, either on or before Halloween. So pick your battles, and that's always the battle that I don't pick. Oh my gosh. I wanted to talk about my Halloween plans. They're not big at all because I don't have time, and Halloween falls on a Wednesday, and so I'm also an adult, and so Halloween parties usually involve like going out to like bars and drinking. Not that I ever do that, even though I am an adult. And when I do very responsibly, as per usual. But like it's a Wednesday, so what am I gonna do? But we're actually planning on we long distance commute to some of our classes, and so for one of them we're planning on wearing masks just at the very beginning of class, and it's gonna be really dumb. And I'm gonna be wearing my pug mask, which if you've never been to my stream, honestly, you've been blessed because you don't have to see that pug mask because it's really terrifying. But my boyfriend got it for me. It is so scary. But yeah, so I'm going to be wearing that. A couple of people are wearing other masks. But then tomorrow on Halloween, what we're going to be doing is one of my classmates printed out pictures of our professors' faces. And so we're going to be wearing those as masks. So we might all get expelled. But I think it'll be fun. Like, a couple of my classmates are like, are you really sure we should do this? And I'm kind of like, honestly, I think they'll think it's funny. Like, we're not going to be, I feel like if we do it of enough, like, people, it'll be fine. Like, if we were all doing it, like, if we were all wearing different masks of the same person, that would be, like, a bit more, like, making fun of somebody. But if you're doing it, like, to a whole group of your teachers, I don't know. I'll let you know whether or not I get expelled, but I doubt it. They might just grade us more poorly in the beginning. I'm now working on the little apartment section of this, and this also turned out differently. I wanted this to be more colorful. I wanted to try using this blue. It didn't work. It still ended up going with monotones, but then I went with a darker color scheme. So, you know, I feel like I could have done more. Oh, God. Do you see that thing staring out the window? Oh, I hate those things. Almost every window on this lot, you can see one of those. There's in the kitchen, if you look from, or not the kitchen, the cafe area, if you look from the right angle, there's one in each window. And I don't know did they do this on purpose? I don't know, but like those statues of like the fishermen, there's one or more on every like side of the lot, and it's so creepy. I hate it. They just look at you through the, that was good timing. Oh my God. They just look at you through the window, and it's really creepy. It's so creepy. Oh my gosh, what was I talking about? Oh, I don't even remember. I got completely interrupted by that. Because this lot is cursed and haunted. It's basically the takeaway. Oh my gosh, I just realized something. My shirt, you can't see it, so this is going to be extraordinarily boring. It has like these flappy things on the chest area to like simulate pockets, but they don't even have buttons, so basically I just have two flaps of like inch-long fabric. And they're just sewn right on, and I had no idea. Anyways, that you couldn't see it, but now I'm playing with it, so I'm glad you can't see it. I actually got a fair amount of new clothes lately, which is expensive, but I'm glad. I'm living in a colder place, so I need more winter clothes. I say that, and like about half of the new clothes I did get are not all that winter friendly. I need more sweaters. Like, I need more chunky sweaters. I basically only have 2. So oh my gosh, one of my classmates, because neither of us have lived in this area before, she was talking to me and she was like, so I looked up when to expect snow, and they said you can expect snow from October to May. Wait, no, I think it was September to May. Yeah, she was like September to May. And I'm just like, oh my God. And she's like, yeah. And then it said that this area is snow-free from June to August. And I'm just like, that's only 3 months out of the year. There's a potential of snow for 3/4 of the year. 1/4 of the year is completely snow-free. Hooray. Because I like snow, but I also have a deep fear of snow because I grew up in an area where if it snowed 2 inches, the school system was shut down. Honestly, if it threatened to snow at all, sometimes they'd preemptively shut down the school and we'd have a snow day. So I'm not prepared for snow. I am. I have an okay car for it. I've just never really driven in snow, and it's supposed to snow like every day during like the heat of winter. So the heat of winter, what? Anyways, the heart of winter, I think is what I was going for. So I'm nervous, like I'm excited because I love snow. I love how it looks. I love the sort of like feeling in the air, the like crispness of it, but I'm also deeply terrified. But yeah. What was I going to talk? Oh, you know what I can talk about? I can talk about pugs. It's been a while since I've talked about pugs. Still deeply, deeply obsessed. I actually got a pair of shoes that have pugs on them, and I wear them with pug socks, and I honestly look like a crazy person. All I need like I got scrunchies now with pugs on them. All I need to complete like an entire pug outfit would be pug pants. So need to get on that. I think next year for Halloween, I'll wear all of my pug paraphernalia and I'll just be a crazy pug lady. So basically I'll be going as myself for Halloween. But anyway, so the story I wanted to tell is, so I was going on a jog outside and I saw a pug and I went like at least a quarter of a mile off course to go look at this pug because I saw it and I kind of basically went chasing after them. It didn't even end up being a pug. It was like a pug mix. It was still pretty cute. I'm really mostly a fan of just pugs, but I didn't pet it either. If it had been a pug, I probably would have like stopped, been super out of breath and been like, "Can I pet your pug?" Because like I saw one when I was in the car the other day and like I was the only person in the car and I legit started screaming. I was just like, oh, is that a pug? And then like I like looked at it and then I screamed, "That's a pug." I was like, there's nobody else in this car. Why are you like confirming this out loud? But the person who had the pug didn't hear me, I don't think, because can you imagine, like, you're just walking your dog like a normal person, and then all of a sudden you hear screaming from the car next to you, just like about your dog, like, that would be pretty sketch, and I wouldn't appreciate it myself, so I should probably not scream that much, but they're just so cute and perfect. Anyways, we are coming up on the end of this build. If you liked it, feel free to give me a like, a comment, or subscribe. Let me know what your Halloween plans are. I would love to hear them, or just how your Halloween went. Have a safe Halloween. Sometimes it can be kind of dangerous out there at night, that sort of thing. If you would like to be notified as when the next build is, because the schedule is just borked. It's just like gone. There's no schedule. Be sure to subscribe. That way you'll get a notification of when it goes up, because I don't even know. But yeah, I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.